Starting off January 2026, new gear that you may want to check out, whether it has to do with your travel, prep, or EDC. First, let's just talk about one of the worst weapon lights that I've tried in a very long time. This is the Olight PL Mini 2. And the thing about this is that I think for the money, you should just spend a little bit more money, run no weapons light, and just get a different alternative. Maybe you can't afford the stream lights of the world. You can't afford the lights that you want. I was very happy with my Nikkor. Oli sent this out to me, and I just listen. I just not a big fan of it. It just feels it's not exactly what I need it to be. So the momentary switch doesn't always exactly work on the right switch. It always works on the left. The left always works, but the right one doesn't always work. Turning it on has a slight delay compared to some of my other weapons lights. And at the end of the day, the biggest headache that I have is that it looks like it uses Olight's proprietary MCC charger, but it does not. It actually uses its own charger. So Olight's normal MCC chargers are normally blue and they fit all sorts of Olights, right? Well, so when I got this one, I saw it. I thought I could use that charger. They literally have different magnetic pools. You have to use this black charger that comes with it. It works with it. I think they did that to reduce the magnetic strength of this magnet that's on the bottom of this light. However, it still is plenty enough strong. Even though they've tried to reduce it, it still will oftentimes pull magnets like all the time from so I just not a big fan of the light. I think it's about 600 lumens. The beam pattern is actually pretty decent. I'm okay with that. Like if you take a look at just how it looks pretty decent on the wall. The charging indicator light is on the side. I wish it would turn on every time that you turned on, like give me a little blink or something, let me know like how much battery life is left. I think it looks ridiculous how much is hanging off here. It's just a lot. I'm very much so looking forward to getting this mount off of my weapon. Finally, I like a weapons light where I can remove the battery if I need to charge it. Because if I pick this up and I accidentally left this on in a pouch or something like that, I would love to know I can change the battery out and continue to use the light. You can't do that. You can put another one on. You see, I just took this off the weapon. That's kind of nice. But my normal weapons light is the Nikkor MPL 25. They also have this thing with a green dot laser on there. I like this. It has a little bit more lumens. The switches are just way better. They're way faster. I love that it has more of a spot beam. It's not so floody. The momentary switch is very momentary. It has a real click to it. Like, this is a much better system, and the battery can be removed for charging purposes while it's on the weapon. So I can take this off. Only complaint, it does have a proprietary charger, so don't lose the little charger. But you can buy extra batteries from Nikkor, and that way if you leave this on, which I literally just pulled this out of one of my Vertex bags, the light was on, the battery was dead. I was able to just swap the battery out, and I was good to go. You can test the battery without having to put this on the weapon. It's a little button right here on the bottom. Great light. It costs like $30 more than the Olight. But new gear, if you're interested in it, if you're just super duper on a budget, you can oftentimes get this Olight flashlight around the $60 mark, sometimes even cheaper than that. But me personally, I will save up the money, spend like 80 something bucks, get this one. I'm going to be testing out Streamlight's new lights that they came out for their 25-year anniversary for their lights. Everybody likes the TLRs. One thing I wanted to talk about, we don't get enough time here on the channel, some of my prep stuff that I'm like very much pride myself in. So these are my Midland NOAA radios, in the improvement that they made on the gen of these emergency radios, I think are like tangible. There's one thing they took away, which I wish they didn't, but these things are great. Okay, so this is the emergency radios. You can just tell that this new one has a bigger flashlight on the front, bigger batteries inside. It has an included lanyard that's included. So if you want to hook this to like a hero clip or something like that, you can. But the new version of this now has Bluetooth. The thing about these emergency radios, they're great, but the speakers on these are pretty decent. And if you want to hook this to like a stroller while you're going on a walk or just like actually use the freaking radio, you can do that now. So it has more tactical buttons and switches, whereas this one, they were very mushy. Less buttons and switches. It's just a lot easier to use. And these things are actually very, very good. They've improved the solar panel on the top where it actually draws more light. The only thing I wish they would not have done is that on the old version, it ran on 18650, which is rechargeable, or you can throw double A's in here if the 18650 was dead. And of course, you can use the solar panel. So this was kind of like and plus you have the charging handle, which you can wind it up and get a little bit of a signal as well. What they've done in the new model is they've gotten rid of that whole, at least not from what I can see, there is no option to throw double A's in here in a pinch. You still have the winding charging handle there, but that throwing in quick batteries, I'm not seeing that option on this. But they did go from micro USB to USB Type-C on the new charging system, which is the most common used charging way to do stuff nowadays. So I can appreciate that. Very, very good. If you don't have a very good radio, I'm talking about like reliable. Midland makes some fantastic stuff. There's a ton of them, cheap Chinese brands that you can use. I like Midland. I trust their stuff. They have crazy good battery life, but that's something to think about. If you want to improve your prep, you should always be thinking about that. Now, a couple of knives received. This is the CJRB. This, I think it's called the Goblin or the Gob G. The thing I like about this is the scales glow in the dark. That's probably like the part I like the most. I like the blade shape a little bit. It does remind me of a couple of Benchmade knives that I wish I can get my hands on, but this one costs significantly less. G10 scales in natural green, and it does, as I mentioned before, glow in the dark. So if I hit this with a UV light, pull this off, you can kind of just see what that looks like. Matter of fact, hey Google, turn off the man cave lights. There you go. So you see that nice green glow for those scales. I actually think that looks pretty dope. That's what it looks like when you don't have it glowing in the dark. So I guess that means, you know, if you're in the woods or something like that, you're going to be able to see your knife if you were to drop it. It's kind of spooky, kind of dope. I'll take it. Other than that, it does have a standout backspacer in the back. It's orange, looks dope, fully lined. It's using their proprietary steel, their ARR PM9 blade steel. Stonewash finish, decent length blade. Looks like it's at like 3.5 inches. It's a flipper. I usually like knives that can open up more than one way. I guess technically, if you're just feeling real squirrely, you can grab the blade and flip it open. Like I can just grab right here and kind of flip it and not even touch the flipper. But I like thumb studs or crossbar locks or whatever, thumb holes or whatever. Now, I've been carrying this for the entire month. I showed this to you at the very beginning of the month. And off and on, I've been carrying the Kaiser Snick. And this is a great little fixed blade that I've been having in my pocket on and off for the month. Full tang. The thing I like about it, it is AEBL, which is a very good knife for if you want to use it around like water in the kitchen and shit like that. This is just a nice knife to pull out, use, and it's been really handy for trimming fat off meat or doing whatever and just kind of having it on the hip. I like this. It feels really good in the hand. I thought it was going to be too small. And of course, this thing's under $100. Comes with a Kodak sheath with a pocket clip, which I hated, but I ended up putting an Alti clip on here, and this makes this way more doable. Put this in the right rear pocket of my trousers if you get the Alti clip instead of using the clip that comes with it. Kaiser Snick, check that out as well. Now, I was sent this next tool. This is the K30 with like this black and orange colorway. A lot of people have asked me about this, and you can't really get your hands on this. This is really, I think it was a release for the end of the year. I went to SHOT Show and I see that they're dropping more colors and they've really refined this. I like this a lot. This is a great tool to just leave in your kitchen drawer or put in your pocket. Walk around your house, fixing knickknacks. If you have the slotted screws or fasteners of light switches and stuff that may be coming loose, or you have to fix a toy or whatever, this is just great because it does have a crossbar lock for the 14C28 blade, and it feels like you're deploying a light, like a knife, like you're actually flipping it open, legit like a knife. That also includes the actual bit driver in the back, which it has interchangeable 4mm bits back here. But you could even technically redeploy that by throwing it down as well, but it gets a little bit more dangerous. I like the fact that both the knife and the bit exchanger use the crossbar lock. It does have a decent pair of scissors on it, which is actually really good to have full-size scissors for opening packages, handing this to your kids safely. I would prefer to hand them the scissors to open up packages in the kitchen versus the knife, because they can go through, they're talking. The other day we opened up a Cabbage Patch doll. I gave this to my daughter. She opened it without slicing her fingers open. So dopeness, dope stuff like that. Decent tool. Check that out as well. I think Next Tool is definitely trying to pave the way ahead, because they got a lot to do when they got a competitor like Next Torch. And the Next Torch Arc Torch, I've been carrying this for the month, and I would just tell you that having to carry this Olight light, it's a lot better to be able to carry the Next Torch light and to be able to hold this up like this. And if need be, I can still come down, change a magazine out, which is great to train this way, and to carry this Next Torch light as so. And the thing about this light is that it does only do high, medium, low, and strobe. If you go up, it goes high, medium, and low. If you go down, it does the strobe mode. Very good light. It costs about $100, has the glass breaker on the front. And they're going to be releasing soon a Kydex holster for this, which will be a separate purchase, called the Next Torch V42 X Carry. This makes it great for carrying on your belt. Great flashlight, especially if you're going to carry in conjunction with a weapon. I think it works really, really well. Let me tell you, companies listening to feedback and doing refinement on their stuff, Woobin is one of those companies, okay? I oftentimes would check their stuff out kind of when I feel like it. It's nothing that I'm really just like clamoring to check out. Woobin sent me the E8 in prototype stage. So you can see the production E8 is here with the little fidget thing hanging out the top. The one on the right was a prototype model. It needed a lot of work. They knew that they wanted you to be able to change these sides out, but you were going to have to get out like a T6 screw to take these things out every single time. And the flashlight just didn't feel that great in the hand. The pocket clip could have been a little bit bigger, and they listened to that stuff. They made those improvements. They kept the same LEDs. They kept the same battery, but they gave us more body, and they added lights to the side. So now you're actually getting a great light. It does have a decent beam to it, but it also has these lights on the side. And if you want to make those do funky colors or do whatever, you can. And the thing about that is, so right now I have this set up with the yellow, but if I want to, you can buy, and this is in conjunction with Nasai, which is a fidget spinner company, and I'm probably mispronouncing their name, but they sell all sorts of ways to customize this thing. So it comes with the yellow ones. I can take these off now magnetically, and I can put on blue. I could put on white if I really wanted to. I could put on red. So for the prototype, you're going to have to unscrew them. Now you can just swap them out in real time. You can also make these do funky strobe motions and all sorts of stuff. But it was smart that they made a flashlight meet the fidget spinner people of the world, because there are people who will spend $200 on a fidget spinner. I'm not one of those people, but there are people that will do that. They now sell up here in this top threaded area, you can buy fidgets or accessories that go with Nasehi fidgets, and they already have a fidget that they sell on Woobin's website, and you can already go up there, buy the widget. This is a little screw that you put in here so that you can hang the flashlight from different areas. It does have a little hook to it, and you actually access the battery by putting downward pressure on the top up here. And the battery itself is a 14500 battery. And so that means that if this dies, you can put another 14500 in here, or you can put a AA in here. It won't get the same output with a double A, which is 1300 max output. The UV light is very strong as well on this, which is crazy good. It's like 2 watts. The UV output is actually pretty good. It's a decent light. This is, now that it's beefier, I would actually be okay carrying this light. The magnets give me a little bit pause because these do come off pretty easy. So it went from like needing a screwdriver to coming off like relatively easy-ish, but I don't think you're going to be using this light to like hard use to change a dryer out or something like that. This is a light that you carry a part of your everyday care and you like the way this shit looks. Now, the Woobin G5, I think, is their best seller. And the evidence of that is I see Woobin will release flashlights in titanium variants when they're selling well. The X2 back in the day, now we have the G5. I think they did the X1 back in the day as well. They now have it in the full titanium version. Feels much more weighty. If you want to get the OG version, it's going to cost you $30. If you like everything about this 400 lumen output monster, you're going to like the same thing. It's now just going to be, it's going to be a lot more money, but it still has the same great performance. They've improved the magnet since the prototype. I had a prototype of this as well. The magnet was complete trash. Sometimes when you would turn, the reason this slide exists is so that when you slide it down, the light goes off. My prototype, sometimes it didn't work. Now they fixed all that shit. So great little steal. If that's something that you're interested in, you might want to check that out as well. Hey, listen, before I get into some of the bigger stuff, if you're getting good content out of this video, hit the like button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. Also, drop some stuff that you're looking at. I know I've seen all sorts of new gear coming out. Let me know some stuff I need to check out so I can maybe get my hands on it and showcase it for you guys. Pouches, a lot of pouches came out just in the last quarter. I got some of them early this month. First off, I will just tell you that Pelican is coming for the jugular of a lot of companies that are doing pouches. So this pouch I've been using as a med pouch. This thing is fantastic. This is like one of their EDC pouches that has moly strips on the back built in already, so you can just use it. It's they have 2 different sizes of it. This is like a 4x8. I think I have like a 4x3 or something like that. Has loop panel on the front. It's a really good, well-built bag. I'm a big fan of it, and it costs like, I think it's like less than $65. I'll link all this stuff up down below if I'm getting the pricing wrong or whatever. Expect most of those links are affiliate. If you use those, you help the channel out, and I would appreciate stuff like that. Maximum Edition was at SHOT Show. They were so busy. I didn't get a chance to thank them for just always coming out with new stuff and keeping their prices like very affordable. These smaller pouches that they've been coming up, these micro pouches and stuff that you can do, stuff like that. I think that they've been doing a really good job with this stuff. So whether it's like these, the micro pocket organizers or just different places for you to slip your things in. I use this the entire month. If I wanted to carry nail clippers or if I wanted to carry lip balm or stuff like that, I had it in here and I could just slip this entire thing in my pocket. I'm moving on to test something else out. But when I had this in the pocket, to know that this thing was like less than $30 was a freaking banger. So Max Expedition's still killing it. They still coming up with stuff where they have built-in neck lanyards if you want to take it out of your pocket and wear it around your neck. That's pretty dope. If you hate the neck lanyard, you can take it out and do all this other type of shit. I think that Max Expedition's still giving us great value, making stuff overseas, but it's still well made. Now, if you want a made in America pouch, the Wutta Junior and the Wutta Slider from Data Crew, they've been coming out with new colors, still made in America, and still so well built. This new neon color is fantastic to be able to see. This is what I'm about to, so I showed you the Max Expedition I was using. I'm about to move on to back to the Wutta Junior because these things were like crazy hard to get 2023, 2024. And now the price has like steadied on them. They're much more reasonable. And I think these are great pouches for keeping in the armrest of your truck. Like I said before, nail clippers, lip balm, small, maybe an extra knife, Leatherman skeletal, stuff like that, because they do have built inside just these nice little areas where if you want to keep your flashlight in here, you could. If you want to keep a multi-tool in here, you could. If you want to put some extra crap over there, easy to do. Maybe an extra battery to your gun light or whatever. Small, made in America. I like the way those are built out. Speaking of made in America, finally, one of my favorite pouches that I use is the This is the double admin pouch, but it's in leather. Ooh, it's patina. It smells really good. I've been using this thing for years. It's not being used right now because I'm using the Commander as my like big pouch right now. But they made the Commander, or they made the double admin pouch rather, in this olive green. And the olive green color is the fastest way to get to my heart, okay? When they made the olive green color of the Commander, it was a wrap. I gave away my regular wax canvas version to one of my buddies, and I kept the olive green. You can see how it's gonna slowly patina. You see how this is a little bit lighter than this new one. But I like the fact it has built-in, it has the MOLLE straps you can take off or leave on, or you can connect this entire, if your bag itself has a MOLLE, you can connect this to that. You can connect other items to this if you want to keep like a pry bar on the outside or a pin on the outside. And then the inside is built exactly like my leather version, but now I have that outside storage, wax canvas. I'm gonna give this a go. This is definitely something I'm looking forward to trying out. Made in America. Nutsack is just banger deals. They don't bump their prices up that much. Matter of fact, they drop their prices on some of their shit, which dumbfounds me that they're able to do stuff like that. So I think that's pretty fly. Something else I think is kind of fly. You can keep this a part of your travel kit, EDC kit. This is the Esker. This is like their vacuum system for if you have a lot of clothes that you really want to vacuum down. So it comes with, you buy this little vacuum kit here, and it comes with this bag. Once you put your clothes inside, you literally can just hook it up to this little hose right here and suck all the air out. I thought I would show you this real quick because I got this at the very beginning of the month. I used this for SHOT Show. It was great because I wanted to stuff my suitcase with more stuff, and but clothes are just bulky organically. To be able to suck the air out and store them up was kind of like I was shrink wrapping some meat. So that was pretty dope. Let's talk about some sling bags real quick. So first, some sling bags. The one that I've tested that I've received. So the Aegis, Aegis, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, for Pelican. They've come out with these slings that I think are really, really dope. Some of these are padded. They're big. I've been using this one as for my camera whenever I go out to shoot. It does have this insert that you can take out. It's completely loop panel. It has a big, large pocket right here, a pocket right there, an area for your keys if you want them. But I like the fact that you can wear this crossbody. It has a stabilizer strap that you can hook to it if you're carrying a larger load. I keep this in the back in my pocket just in case I decide to put a bunch of crap in here. And this thing here also can be worn as a fanny pack if you really want to. This is a very decent size sling to be able to take with you, especially going to be going all day like to a zoo. It's a great companion bag if you're traveling, like if you got a backpack on, put this on the front. Pelican's really coming out strong. Front pocket in the front to put your stuff in. Eberly stock they've come out with their fade sling, but now they're making it a micro. So this is the Fade Flex Micro. I've done a review on the Fade Flex. The Fade Flex Micro, same exact concept. I literally have not worn this yet because my like normal everyday carry would fit in here, but it would be like a squeeze. Like I would put it back here if I really want to. It does include, like I would really have to get creative well, actually I don't even want to do it right now, but if I really wanted to, I could fit it back here, but I just like a little bit more comfortable, or if I had something even smaller, like a 38 Special, something like that, I'm probably rock this soon. But it still has this interior in here with this orange, so it lets you know as you're adjusting the strap goes inside of the bag. So excess strap is not just dangling all over the place. The thing is super well built. You can wear this as a crossbody or a fanny. It has their T-puller here so that you can get yourself muscle memory and learn how to quickly open the bag fast. That's dope. This side, this stuff in here is double loop line so that you can put your weapon in here, your mags in here, however you want to set this up. You have your options here, or you can put no weapon in there at all. You can just get accessories and put a crap in there. And then up here as well, this is loop line, and they give you another little holder here for whatever you may want to use it for, a tourniquet or whatever. Then you got a couple of slip pockets, another zipper pocket in the front. Nice little sling. I think this is a very small travel size. Great sling to go under your, so if you're wearing it on your body, if you keep it under your armpit, no one will probably even know you're wearing this sling. So I think that's pretty dope. And then Orbit Key, they came out. Now this is the Travel Sling 3-liter. They sent this to me also on a 1.5, which I tried that out. That's more like a phone size version. This one here legit could be like a companion sling that you can put inside of a bag. When you get to your destination, pull this out, and this can be the sling that you walk around the city and with your stuff, okay? So maybe you can take this to the airport. I like the fact it has these wings on the side, so when it's on you, the thing doesn't just flop open, okay? That means you can peek inside while you're looking at it. Lots of organization. Zippers here, zippers there. I like this one a little bit more than the 1.5, so that's why I gave the smaller one away. Gonna be a while before I try this out. I am gonna be going to go check out Montana Knife Company whenever they do their grand opening of their new warehouse. I think I might take this one with me because it just has so much stuff in here, whether I'm taking travel documents or whatever. And I just really like that it doesn't flop open. So that's why I'm keeping and holding on to this to try it out. We do have now this is the Fade Sling. This is the XL. So this one can fit a larger laptop in it. It stands real. Look at the self-standing on this when you have this thing packed out. Really, really good. So the very back area is where I normally would keep this weapon. So you can quickly draw it. That's where I keep this back here. It's fully lined. So if you're going to be, if you want to bring yourself something like if you don't want to carry a pistol, let's say you got a pistol carbine or something like that. Maybe that's what you decide to rock back there. You also have just all this area in the front, and I'll do a full review on this bag as well. This is a 15-inch laptop I have back here, and this thing's fitting back here, no problems whatsoever. Loop panel in the front, storage at the bottom. This is actually a really nice bag that I'm actually very impressed with. Next is the Aegis. This is the 25-liter. They have an 18-liter of this bag, and I think they're going to come out with a bigger version as well. This is one of my favorite travel bags I've ever used, guys. Self-standing, completely empty. This thing has nothing in it right now. Completely self-standing. It has it's a full clamshell, but it has this like crease right here. So the clamshell still allows the bag to stay self-standing if you have anything inside. It's like really dope features. Vertical areas for you to hang different molly if you want to. This is just a really well-built bag. Loop lined in here. It also comes with this little storage molly like admin thing in here that you can put your cards or multi-tools or whatever. It has a pocket up here that you can access. So great storage here. So if you want to put a camera or clothes or whatever. The only complaint I had is so this med pouch is designed to hook into this bag, but when you hook it into this bag, it actually, because they built the molly to go around the side of the bag here, I had one hell of a time getting these molly straps to go through there. I actually had to take the pry bar from this tool and pry it open just to get it in there. First world problem, but once you get this thing on here, it looks really slick. It looks really good to have your med kit on the front while you're traveling. So now it's kind of like you got a third item, right? Because you only can take 2 items on the plane. That's where I kept my med kit. But you can buy other accessories that they sell. They can go on the front of this bag. It has a loop panel on the front to label the bag. You have an entire separate laptop compartment back here, which can do, I think, up to a 16 or maybe, I think a 16-inch laptop easily. Last thing I want to talk about with Pelican, I got to talk about this crush-proof, waterproof, fireproof document storage container that I got from them, right? This is their document and viable storage container by Pelican. It's a Pelican Prepare Kit. And the thing I like about this is it does have a pressure relief valve on the back. It's made in America, so make sure the pressures are right on the inside. Multiple ways to lock it. But this thing will allow for you to put birth certificates, social security cards, all that type of crap in here. It has a great roller system. And I like the fact that it has just big old chunky latches It has an attic built in, but you can't really see. Attic system built in. All sorts of organization. Review coming up on this. Probably going to throw this thing in my pool to show you that it's actually waterproof. And so I'm looking forward for the rest of the year. Comment down below. Let me know some brands I need to check out. We got some stuff coming in from Demco, some other knife companies, some more stuff coming in from Phoenix and Streamlight, weapons lights, all that type of stuff. So listen, first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.